my name's Sarah, and if this video isn't in focus, I'm gonna be really upset. Today I'm going to be talking about my March favourites, and I did a lot in March. It was my birthday and I ended up going to Sydney for the Sydney Horror Festival and the Sydney Vegan Festival. They were really cool experiences. I would recommend them to anyone. Okay, I wouldn't recommend the Sydney Vegan Festival. It's too small to dignify with a recommendation, to be honest. That sounds really terrible. And this favourites video might not be the most materialistic thing ever. I guess favourite number one of March is minimalism. I've been trying to buy a lot less clothing and items and stuff like that to try and be happier, I suppose. I feel like you really can focus on being happy when you aren't trying to cover things up by buying clothes. Clothes and stuff, especially for me, I was brought up to think that buying things was like a quick way to heal someone's mood, and it really does take a debt on you. You really start to wonder where the clothes end and you begin. And minimalism, I feel like, is much more than a style. It's much more than just about your wardrobe. It's about your entire life. It's about the people that you hang out with. It's about the kind of thoughts that you pay attention to. It's about taking those negative, boggy thoughts that aren't doing you any good. They're not the kinds of criticism. I know a lot of people are really against criticism, which I find insane because, like, I don't know, it might be the fact that I have a degree in creative writing, but criticism is good. It can be really good. It helps you find out where you're lacking and makes you a better person overall. If we aren't constantly trying to better ourselves, what's the point? What was I talking about? Minimalism is more than just cleaning your closet. It's more than just a white color scheme, which I love. I love white color schemes. But they're really helpful to have like a clear mindscape, which is kind of ironic because I'm making this video right now because I'm like filled with so much mental anguish right now that I felt like I just had to create something, and it's the kind of creation that I can't sit down and try and write a poem in this kind of mood. That's much more introspective. I need to just do something instinctive, like talk at a camera, just talk, in order to, so like I'm taking this negative emotions and trying to release it in a positive way rather than just releasing it by buying some clothes online, which I honestly thought about because I'm so craving a shopping spree. Favourite number two is the Sydney Horror Festival, for sure. It was an amazing experience. I mean, there were live bands, there were immersion actors dressed up as Freddy Krueger and Scream, or Ghostface from Scream. One of my favourite moments was when I got there, I was like busting to go to the toilet, and I asked one of the security guys where the toilets were because like I could see the top of the porta potties, but I couldn't figure out how to get there. And he was like, why does everyone keep asking me that it's through the death chamber? People are grabbing at your ankles, you're in pitch dark with flashing lights and fog machines and scare actors that jump out at you in wolf costumes. It was hilarious and amazing. And there was a point where I was going through the maze and I was yelling out, I'm carrying a hot coffee, and no one touched me. Horror movies are like one of my favourite things in the world. And we watched some of my favourites while we were there. We only caught two because it was really cold and I stayed at a hotel, but we were able to catch Freddy Krueger, the first Nightmare on Elm Street, and The Conjuring, which is another one of my favourites. It's like my dream to be a horror movie buff in my like future life. Like, I just want to be a horror movie buff, the kind of person that works in a creepy DVD store. Not that people actually work in DVD stores, so sad. I feel like all the DVD stores in my town and around it closed down and are replaced by like machines that spit out CDs. I guess my dream will never come true. Favorite number 3 are my new air plants. And do you know what an air plant is? An air plant is like a normal plant, except it doesn't need soil to grow, which is amazing because I have like low-key OCD. I hate dirt and food on me and grime and stuff. I just can't deal with it in my space. So air plants are perfect. All you do is you soak them once a week for a couple minutes, and then you leave them where there's like really good airflow, and they're just amazing. It was a resolution of mine this year to adopt some plants and keep them alive, which is saying something because I do not have a good track record when it comes to plants. These guys are already looking a little bit iffy. The first night I brought them home, I soaked them, and I don't know whether it was already rotted inside, but one of them broke in half. It literally broke in half. These guys are like amazing. I just want to fill my entire space with plants. I feel like they're really good for your energy and for your brain. They release lots of good nutrients into the air, and they fill me with like happy feelings. Another thing that I've been loving this month has been my monthly journals. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I've been doing monthly collage journals. This is my one for this month. It has Scream, Michael Myers, Jason and Chucky on it, all in little birthday hats to represent my birthday. And collaging these journals are all about manifesting. So like Laura Toyota, who is the creator of Hot for Food, has been like speaking a lot about manifestation, where it's like you put into your mind your expectations and what you want to achieve. And so I sort of minimalize that into like a monthly journal sort of thing, where I can take a little while away from the computer, which is something I spend a lot of time on, and use my hands and get creative and create a beautiful little book that I can keep with me and write all my details in. And it will remind me every time I need to write like a phone number in or a shopping list in it, what I want my month to be about and how I want to empower myself. March's journal was all about my birthday and having fun and experiencing things, which I hope I did a lot of, and try not to be too serious. Next month I have a lot of crazy stuff coming up. I have a lot of career orientated stuff coming up that gets me really, really worried. So next month's journal is all about positivity and not giving a fuck and just being a little bit selfish. The last thing on my favorites for this month, which is an item, but it's from a company that I really respect, and I'm sure every person in the world has heard of before, and that's Lush. I tried their bath bombs for the first time ever. When I was staying in Sydney, although it was the horror Campout, I booked a hotel anyway because like I wanted a bathtub and I wanted to try out these bath bombs like really badly. I don't have a bath to use in my everyday life. And I tried these, one bath bomb which I caught a video of, and one bubble bar which I didn't, and I really regret not doing it because it was like the most beautiful thing ever. And I can't remember the names, but I'll include it here because it was amazing. It was like bubbly and it filled the water with gold, and little shimmery beautiful pieces of glitter would like swim, and it was almost bubbling underneath the surface with like gold flickers. It was amazing. And it's a company that I would recommend to literally everyone. And I'm sure everyone already knows of Lush. Like, who the fuck doesn't know about Lush? So this is all for this month's favorites, and I hope you enjoyed and found something interesting. I've tried to make this like more helpful, more positive, more about experiences and creating things and being productive than about buying things, which is something that I'm really trying to spawn in my life more and more. Like, I can be really materialistic, but I feel like if I had more YouTubers talking about the way they deal with their anxiety by creating things, or the little monthly habits they get into to create a positive atmosphere and help them believe in themselves. I feel like that would probably help me, but I can't just expect other people to do that. I need to start doing it for myself. So if you like this kind of thing, let me know, and I'll continue doing it, and I'll try to come up with more ideas on how you can stay positive and creative and love yourself. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.